What?
Henry County,
Minutes? Yes.
Henry County, Missouri, Tuesday, June 17th, 2025, second day of the April term. The Henry County Commission met pursuant to adjournment at the courthouse in Clinton, Missouri. Those members present were Jim Stone, presiding commissioner, Mark Larson, North District Commissioner, Jake Bradley, South District Commissioner, Kelly Merritt, County Clerk. At 8:57 a.m., Commissioner Stone brought the meeting to order. The agenda was approved as presented. The minutes from the Thursday, June 12th, 2025 meeting were read. Commissioner Bradley made motion to approve minutes. Commissioner Larson seconded the motion. Motion carried. Expenditures from the following departments were approved to be paid: law enforcement, GR, payroll, general county government, prosecuting attorney, victims advocate, collector, emergency management, elections. Prosecuting attorney, trading fund, road and branch assessor, buildings and grounds, coroner, inmate security, administrative handling, cost fund, law enforcement training, sheriff, civil fund. Commissioners reviewed and signed a letter to MoDOT in regards to the bid opening for BRO RO4231. Lewis Company LLC was the low bidder with a bid of $765,767.18. Commissioners reviewed the Casinger Basin Regional Planning Commission membership contract for the 2026 year. Elaine Anderson, Lindley Parrott, and Travis Harper with the University Extension Office attended the meeting to update commissioners on what they are doing throughout the county. Lindley updated on her Stay Healthy program. Travis updated the county on the issue in the county with poison hemlock. He has made many calls about it. He shared poison hemlock is not on the noxious weed list for the state of Missouri. There wasn't much we could do about it. Elaine shared that the 4-H program is also going well and that they are preparing for the Henry County Fair. Mark Harden and Tiffany Decker, Emergency Management, shared that Gloria with the State Emergency Management Department is going to be in the office today to look at their emergency management plan. Mark shared that the EMPG grant may not be available in 2025.
You sign up.
This is the grant that pays half the salary of the emergency management grant. Mark shared after action review for the EF1 tornado that happened in southeast Henry County on May 19th, 2025. Mark stressed the importance of having a disaster recovery plan for Henry County. Dennis Bowers, Road and Bridge Supervisor, shared that he went to Northwest 400 Road Bridge to do the final roll to make sure the compaction is correct on the bridge. He shared that everything looks good and guardrail will be put up tomorrow. The walkthrough is scheduled for Tuesday, June 24th at 9 a.m. Dennis stated that he would be present at the walkthrough. Dennis stated that he was still waiting for Lucretia about the work that Gary Sloan has done on Northwest 1101 Road in Bogart Township. He's concerned that he is still doing dirt work on the right-of-way and that is not legal. Dennis said that there needs to be guardrail put up on the road if nothing else, as it is a danger. Commissioner Larson wants to take action once the individual who fixed the right-of-way with the dirt that he pulled out, as it is now a danger and could lead to someone getting hurt. Dennis reiterated that the township is very concerned about the issue as well. Commissioner Larson shared that Dennis was going to receive a call from Springfield Township regarding putting no left turn signs on Northeast 501 Road in Springfield Township. Dennis said he received the call and he told them to not put the signs up yet as he needed to research what they could actually do. He shared that they may need to adopt an ordinance to put signs like that up to be able to enforce it legally. He is in contact with MoDOT about erecting the signs as it intersects with the state highway. MoDOT has shared that they may be the ones who have to put the signs up and that the road intersection may have to be widened. Dennis shared they are going to widen the intersection at Northeast 1041 Road and Northeast 501 Road, and at Northeast 1041 Road and Northeast 601 Road. MoDOT is going to have to widen the road at Northeast 601 Road and YY Highway. Dennis shared that they are going to begin work on Southeast 450 Road Bridge in Leesville Township and then West Division in Walker Township. Mike Rosier shared that he had spoken with Dylan at Casinger Basin Regional Planning Commission about the recovery plan that the county voted on last year. Discussion was had regarding floating holidays. Chris Smith, Honey Creek Township, was in to talk to commissioners about changing some township lines. He would like to see Honey Creek, Bay Creek, and White Oak change some lines by vote of the people. There are many contracts, spoken contracts, and agreements between townships. He thinks maybe they should just annex in parts to make maintenance easier for all of them. Mike Rosier, citizen of Henry County, addressed the senior tax freeze and the current assessed valuation changes within the county. Mike shared that he has spoken with senior citizens in the community. They are upset that the freeze wasn't done sooner to be able to freeze at the 2024 tax rates. Commissioner Larson expressed his concern with the county not doing business. Commissioner Bradley shared that he would like to have it at 2024 rates, but wants to look into what it would take to make that happen. Commissioners reviewed applications for the senior tax relief program. Commissioner Bradley made a motion to appoint Luke Edwards for a term of 4 years to the Henry County Library Board. Commissioner Larson seconded. Motion carried with a roll call vote. Larson, yes. Bradley, yes. Stone, yes. Commissioner Larson made a motion to appoint Shelley Acosta for a term of 4 years to the Henry County Library Board. Commissioner Bradley seconded. Motion carried with a roll call vote. Larson, yes. Bradley, yes. Stone, yes. At 12:33 p.m., Commissioner Larson made a motion to adjourn the meeting. Commissioner Bradley seconded the motion. Motion carried. Larson, yes. Bradley, yes. Stone, yes. I gotta add the Larson down there.
You got it, Brett.
And it's not Gary Sloan, it's
Gary Scott.
That's it.
Scott.
Yes.
It says Gary Scott.
Oh, I thought she said Sloan when you was reading.
Okay.
Make a motion to accept minutes with the
I'll second that.
corrections.
Motion been made and seconded to approve minutes with the corrections. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Okay. So,
So we have a pretty full agenda here in a little bit. Table down first. I got notes all over everything. Stamp the minutes. Miss Margaret is on the sign-up list, but she's also on the agenda. So. Margaret, she's on the agenda,
okay.
and she signed in on the list, but Darren added himself to the list. So we'll burn through these, and then we'll try to get to them before we do the bid openings.
Yep.
And if you wish to speak, you'll need to sign up on the list.
No, I'm just here.
All right.
You just got one.
Well,
It's-
you'll have.
Oh,
No,
here it
you'll
is.
have them sign.
Here it is. Yep.
But Neil, only where's the card there?
Huh?
You got it.
Testing.
I think we're meeting at that bridge at 9, correct?
Yep.
I just wanted to make sure I put it in minutes that
Yep. Here you go.
Larson was there.
Yes.
back tax charges? Is that something that's normal?
Sales tax. That's one yellow state. There's sales tax right here. $1.10. That one should be. I thought they usually 0.04. Yeah, that's a different tax rate. Or it's 0.08.
Okay. That's okay then?
Yeah. They've already split out this.
Okay.
May have one for different programs. I'm not sure what's going on. 'Cause I couldn't find it.
This one text it on the date. I think it's probably the lower amount.
Get through these last
Mhm.
few before we move on.
Yeah, yeah.
I would start with Marguerite.
Margaret,
Yes.
Williams.
Did you?
Well, go ahead, start with.
Well, he was actually sitting out there before me, so. Okay, well, I guess you all know me. I'm Margaret Coleman, and I've talked to all of you
Yeah.
several times.
Yeah.
Well, I just have a couple of concerns.
Mhm.
The one concern was we got the tax freeze notice on Thursday. Monday, we got our new evaluation. So the timing of that was just a little bit, odd. And a lot of my neighbors have concerns to me that, that's the way it was planned. And that we would be taxed for 2025, which it does say that right on the application. Okay, that's a little concerning. I mean, I was just down at the assessor's office and they pretty well told me that it won't be changed to the 2024.
2025 is what I understand is supposed to be.
Okay, I just checked
That's
and
right.
my evaluation and what they estimate my taxes will be another $200 besides what I already pay. And I'm 83 years old. I live in Old Country Club Village, which is approximately 50 houses, and there's less than 5% under 62. So, that's just kind of a ballpark idea how many senior citizens we're talking about.
About all of them out there.
So,
About
well,
most.
not just there. I say Henry County.
Oh, yeah.
And the other thing that is very concerning to me is most people don't even know about it. I called the newspaper yesterday and said, can't you put it on the front page about the tax freeze? All the other counties around us, they have a big old picture and the commissioners, it's right on the front page. I personally saw Benton County and St. Clair County, which are, by the way, smaller than us, population. So I'm concerned about that. People don't know about it. And it seems like there should be some way of communicating. We have a lot of, there's 3 people on my street alone over 90. They don't have computers. They don't have that technology. Some of them don't ever even leave their house. Some of them have, only time they leave is in their vehicle. I personally went around to every single person in that edition and told them about this tax freeze last summer. The bill passed in August of 2023. So, it's been a long time. And I just wish there was some way we could let people know about this. In some of them, they send out notices with their assessments.
I
See
thought
what I'm
we
talking
actually-
about?
I thought they was gonna send out a flyer with the,
With the tax
With
bills,
the
when
tax
the
bills.
tax things go
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Well, when will that be though? November?
No, 8 days, isn't it?
No, it goes out in October.
October.
So here, they've should have known about it for months and months, and here they're gonna be in October, and they go, oh my God, they're gonna panic because they have to hurry up and get it in. Because already people thought they had to have it in by June the 30th.
It's December 31st.
I know that.
Yeah.
And in fact, it says it right on the application. And I personally have taken many applications around to people that just don't know how to just get up here and get it, you know? And it's confusing to them that, oh, they've got to have this and this and this. It's confusing. And you got somebody 90 years old, well, maybe their daughter or cousin or something's name is on their,
The
what you call it?
deed.
Yeah.
deed.
So, they said, well, I'm not eligible. Then I had another little old lady
No, she's
tell me that, oh, my property's worth too much. I'm not eligible. So see, there's just all kinds of false rumors out there. Now, Rick Watson sent this to one of my friends at Deepwater, and it really is pretty clear about explaining it. So it looks to me like that's one way they could get the word out. And what about putting something up at the senior citizen centers? Urick, Deepwater, Windsor, all these little communities. I bet half of them don't even know about it.
Rick is actually setting up satellite sites. He's gonna advertise, so he's gonna have somebody in Windsor to take applications, in Calhoun.
That
to
would
take
be great.
applications, he's going to all the little cities and setting up satellite sites, so those people don't actually have to come to court. He's making sure there's a notary available. And then I think he's gonna advertise when those are gonna be set up in those cities. So to
That's
help-
great. That's really great because the 2 people or 3 people I've talked to from those little towns, they know nothing about it.
Sure.
Nothing. Of course, Big Mouth me lets them know about it. I mean,
Getting it out's a problem anymore with the papers, the way we go.
yeah, well, the newspaper,
We don't have it.
they put something in, but it's like on page 5. And
Yeah.
there's this little bitty note about this big where
Yeah.
somebody talked to the senior center lady.
Mhm.
Well, that's all I have.
All right.
That's my concerns. And I just want you to know about it.
Man,
Look to get
did
that
you
out.
see last week the video
Yeah.
with our discussion
I
about,
sure did.
Jake, you seem like you were about prepared to pull those back to 2024 freezes. Are you gonna do that?
No,
Okay,
I'm sorry, I can't.
See,
it can be done,
well,
so.
I was just at the assessor's office, just down there, just now. And there's a whole different attitude between the officials and the public.
Well, last night at
And
the
and
meeting,
it's a little bit concerning that, it's just a flat no.
last night Scott Argent was, over at the Rotary Club and so was Rick Watson. And I asked them if they passed that to freeze those taxes at 2024 levels. They said they may not be able to get those in by this year, but they could input them for the following year.
Well, I probably
So-
won't be alive. I mean, when I'm 83 years old, I've been paying property taxes since I was 26. I put 3 generations of kids through these schools. Enough is enough.
It's not that I
yeah.
don't want to set it back to 24.
I
I would love to
understand
set that back to 24, but the
State statute.
state statute, thank you, Jim, has released. Well, it hasn't released, but we found the different rules, if you will, and it says the homestead real property actually occupied by an eligible taxpayer as a primary residence. An eligible taxpayer shall not claim more than one primary residence the initial year. The initial year, in case of a taxpayer that meets all requirements of subdivision 2 of this subsection prior to the year in which a credit is authorized pursuant of subsection 2 of this section, the year in which such credit is authorized. The way I'm understanding that, glad Mark's here, we can call up Travis Elliott if we would like,
Why are all the other counties doing it for 2024?
because they set it up in 2024.
That's when they signed.
Well,
They
We
signed
didn't
for
set it up until 2025.
I think they did. Some of them, like, okay, Benton County, St. Clair County, Bates County, they did not do it in 2024. They did it this year.
Then they're going to have issues coming up, it sounds like to me. But I do want to get a hold of, I would like to call Travis Elliott and and see what he thinks about that.
Well, you know, a lot of it's how interpretation.
Exactly.
Just
I
like
would
when they wrote the first bill, they said anybody eligible for Social Security. Well, then they came up with this one that was, printed it off, but I don't have it with me, 7-something, where teachers, government employees that get their pensions and do not pay Social Security, where they are also eligible.
Okay.
Well, last night when I asked them, I said, if you remember, I said,
Yeah.
the only problem is they said they won't have time to input those numbers for this year.
Right.
And I said, but if you went ahead and input those when you can, those people will just see that for next year and moving forward. And they said, well, yeah.
If that's something we can do, I'm all for it. But we
Well-
got to double check this here on the state statute and make sure that we keep.
Well, you know, the problem is the way people are seeing this. 'Cause I thought, hey, that's pretty weird. They pass on Thursday and I get my evaluation on Monday. And of course, you know, every year it don't go down, it goes up.
That was complete coincidence.
And you know, my house is 1,200 square foot. I do not own the land around it. It's community property.
Footprint. Mm-hmm.
I own the house, the driveway. That's it. 1,200 square feet. And it's like double what I paid for it 12 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And why is that? Because my house I had out here on Whippoorwill, I've been to the assessor before about this. We had almost an acre.
Mm-hmm.
We had a nice big brick ranch house. And the property out there is higher than it was up there. That was on the south side. I'm in Old Country Club Village.
Mhm.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, yeah, they're all rich people live there. No, that's not true. Most of us are widow women living on a
Right.
fixed income. So, you know, it's pretty upsetting.
Yeah, I can imagine.
You know, you got your taxes going up, your valuation goes up. Guess what? Your house insurance goes up twice as much.
Yeah. Mine took a big hit.
Mine went from $1,400 to $2,300. I guess I could drop it to my deductible being $10,000 or something. That's all I got to say.
Well, thank you.
Jake, what you read right there, there's absolutely nothing that you just read that says you cannot do it.
Right.
So
I see why you think that.
Why are you looking for a reason not to do it?
I'm
when
not looking for a
there's-
reason. I'm making sure that we find everything so there's nothing surprises us on down the road. Okay? I'm not looking for stuff. I just want to make sure that we get everything cleared up so we can move forward and get it correct. That's what I want to do. But here, I'll let you.
Don't
I'll
you
take a look at that.
missed out on some of this. So here, give me a second there. This is SB 190, not 756. Actually, we need to look at the 756 to
Mm.
find out
make sure there's nothing, because some things changed and some of the wording changed.
Should have brought my coffee.
Rick said Travis was talking about it at the meeting, I guess last Friday, I guess.
It
They
looks
had a
like it
meeting.
was changed on 8/28 of 24, so I'd say that's when the 7, that changed it. So in the statutes down at the bottom, it'll show you all the different
Different
versions.
ones, yeah.
So I'd say it's
Okay,
probably been changed, but I mean, you can definitely check that out to see.
Mark,
I'm-
what you missed was she was, talking about wanting, why can't we have a 2024 tax freeze? And I asked, she saw the video last week, the discussion. Last night, Rick and Scott both said it can be done. It just might not get inputted directly for this year. And I asked Jake if he's going to go ahead and vote on that. He said not at this time. He doesn't want to vote on that to make it 2024 rates.
Look, because we were talking to Scott afterwards, Jensen and I. One of the questions I'm going to have, because I want to make sure this, the whole thing. We honestly, and I want to apologize. We should not even be in this position. We shouldn't. January 1, we should have stepped forward, done what we. And I get it. Hindsight's 20/20.
I talked to every single person. I got a different answer from every single person, and I did not stop. I don't know if you got a record how many times I called or sent emails or sent pictures. Of course I'm one person, but I represent quite a few people.
Right.
They all know me.
All of that, though, is hindsight. Unfortunately,
I know that.
Unfortunately, so the thing is what we need to do is we need to figure out a way to proceed from here. So, Rick, Mike, when we were talking to Scott, he basically said that it could be done, but what he meant was some of the people are not going to get put on that list because they are on this, and this is the reason I was in such a hurry to get this done. If they are on a 100% deadline, they cannot miss it. They have to have this paperwork in. It has to be done. So I think when he was talking, he basically, and you can correct me if I'm wrong because I'm not sure. I actually was talking to somebody else when I was listening. I think what he was meaning is, say, if we all get ours filled in and he gets to it and he gets it in, then we're okay. But if he doesn't make it to put yours in, you're going to wait till next year. That's how that's going to work. That I don't want to do because we go again. That's not going to be fair for everybody.
It's not going to be pleasant.
Right. And that's why I said, I mean, at this point, personally, the way that I think it needs to be done, and that's why I want to check 756 and a couple other different things. But I'm going to say this, and I want everybody to hear me very, very clearly. I don't want to dick around with this. If we're going to do it, let's do it. Let's not just go, well, we got to find this out. We got to find that. Let's do it. I'm of the mind at this point, let's do it. And if there's something wrong with it, somebody's going to let us know. Very simple.
Well,
Very simple.
if you don't do it now and you input the 2025 rates, well, they're just going to find another reason to say, well, now there's this other thing that says you can't go back and change.
No, if we can go 24, I want to go 24, but I don't know if we can.
I mean, let me put it to you this way: there's going to be hell to pay if that happens, because I've tried to get this taken care of since January 1, when him and I came into office, and there was either an excuse or an excuse,
No,
and I get it.
It's because the solar panel thing was the most important thing for 25 people that must get done so they make money.
And I'm not going to.
That was the most important damn thing in this county to make sure that happened. And the hell with the senior citizens. because that's all you guys were worried about getting done. You guys will have the lawyer there in 5 seconds. You say you're going to look into this. You're already a week later. You're already. Well, I,
I was
call
surprised with
guy.
this morning. I didn't see it.
There's no surprises here.
Fine then.
We need,
You got to hook up your buddies
I'm
with the
done.
solar panels.
We're done.
we need to
We know where your
do
loyalties lie.
do our due diligence, give everybody a set date, 100% set date. If we don't know what we're doing by this date, tough. We do it. No excuses. No, well, I heard this. I don't care what we hear. But my thought on it, and nobody's going to like this. I'm just going to tell you, nobody's going to like it. But it's what it does is it alleviates the problem. One, you're going to put Rick and Scott in a position that we caused. That's not right either. I mean, it's not. I don't want to half-ass it where half the people get in and the other half don't. So if we go and stay at the 2025 next year, everybody's got to come sign back up. Everybody's got to come and sign back up. We have plenty of time. There should be no excuse to where we roll that back to 2024. So what you're going to do is for 1 year, you're going to pay it on the 2025, which, I mean, I'm sorry. If there was something I could do about it, I would, but I don't see a way around it.
Well,
I
you
mean-
know they don't reevaluate you but every 2 years.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't matter. When you come in,
We go back to
we
24. we're clear.
can roll it back to 2024. That's up to us. That's not up to the assessor or anybody else. That's up to the three of us sitting here. So, is it good? No. Is it probably the best thing that we're going to be able to pull off? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. I don't like it, but I mean, we can banter back and forth for weeks. We're going to end up right where we are because they got 12, 11 days now to get all this paperwork in. They're going to be hard pressed. I don't know how many, Kelly, I don't know how many you
I have
got
another
over there.
crate downstairs.
Yeah, we still have.
We still got
before
2
any of-
boxes over here.
Yeah,
Those
before any of this even transpires, we've got to go through all those boxes and approve
Boxes.
the
Application.
application. We've got to approve every application.
You do?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I mean, we have found one. I just actually found
We
one
found
already.
one.
That the lady actually she needs to and actually somebody need probably, I don't know if it's Scott, Rick, one of us or what, needs to get a hold of her and explain to her what she actually needs to do to be able to do what she's wanting to do.
Her name's got to be on the deed.
Yeah, yeah.
I understand. And
trust.
that's what I was
If it's-
telling you
If it's
before.
going into a trust, you're fine.
That's what I was telling you before. There's a lot of those people. I know of one particularly. She said her daughter owns the house, but they're paying the taxes, they're paying the insurance, they're
Guess
paying
what?
the bills.
Doesn't matter. Her name.
Her
has to
name's
be
not on the deed.
Yeah.
But is it just she has to be on the deed, nobody else?
No,
No.
the others can be on there too.
Yeah.
She can be on there
Yeah.
first, and then
That's right.
And she probably
Okay,
be on there
well,
second as long as she's
I
on.
certainly will inform the people.
Just like
Maybe.
if it's
Not
going
sure,
into
but
a
maybe.
trust, then you're okay because
Yeah.
Mine
waits
owns it.
until the death.
Yeah.
Yes, it's on
Yeah,
to
that's a
the
good point.
next people.
Well, okay, I got it. I got
That's
that.
the way it has to be.
Well, no worries for me, but I know that a lot of elderly people are mixed up about this kind of stuff. So, you know, I'm trying to tell everybody I run into the true facts. They may argue with me, but I feel like I know the facts.
Well,
Yeah.
like
That's
when we
it.
had our conversation, like I told you, I know it's on the county website. I know KDKD put it out. Actually, it's on my Facebook.
Did you know one of my neighbors actually told me she doesn't listen to the news? She does not have a computer. She don't have a paper. Now,
See, but
this is a
but-
problem.
and I get that. You know what? We're in 2025. It's not our responsibility to spoon feed people.
Yeah, I
The
know that.
problem, and I'm just gonna say this, I'm gonna make a whole lot more people mad.
Yeah.
People in this county need to step up and get involved just like you're doing.
Well,
Because
lots of
otherwise, they got no reason to sit out here and go, well, I don't like the way things are going. Well, you know what? Do something about it.
This
Your
is
voice has been heard right here. It's
This
no
is
different than
Missouri.
anybody else.
rural Missouri.
It doesn't matter. It's
And
2025.
I know it, but you can't tell
You-
someone 85 years old, get with the program.
Well, no, but do they have family?
Some.
Well, that's, I mean, it's gonna be very minuscule for people not to understand this or have access to it. That percentage is very, very minuscule. And I would think that they probably have friends that are of their same age that can say, hey,
Yeah.
it's the
I
best we can
understand.
do. I mean, if somebody could tell me what would I do? How could I do it any better? I'm all ears. But I don't think anybody's gonna come up with something.
Okay. Okay, I think we've hashed this over and I've got other business.
Thank you, Mark.
Mhm.
You ready?
We got 10 minutes.
Yeah.
10 minutes. It'll take me 10 minutes.
All right.
And I apologize. I only brought 2 of these.
Where's
You guys want to share?
I got a copy.
You know, Mark had told me you guys wanted an update of where we're at. We formed the board. We've got the board. We've got the bylaws put in place. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go meet with the lawyer today to start incorporating to get the 501c3. Now, and I understand after I talked to him, since we've done this, we can already start doing business because we have the board put together for Project Homeless Clinton Inc.
Mm-hmm.
So then, as soon as you guys are ready, we can take donations. We can do real estate money. We've already taken. We got money put back already. So whatever you guys want to do from now on, it's just we're just waiting on you all.
Okay.
Which I believe the last time I talked to Mark, I didn't know if the prosecutor's office still had to move files.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's been done yet.
Not yet.
You know, so we are ready when you guys are ready.
And I don't think they got the 911 step out of there yet. They're waiting on their
The
Connex.
yes.
Connex stuff they got to wait on.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
as soon as they get those out handled,
Okay.
we got to get Lucretia stuff out. That's
Right. That's I
And
understand that.
That's
It's not just Lucretia's. We have several
Oh,
offices who have stuff
okay.
over there. It's
Several.
not just Lucretia.
Yeah.
I know that her stuff had to be moved basically by them because it's all still a
Right.
chain of custody type deal.
Yeah.
If you guys need any more help moving the rest of it, we can go like I take the Fords by Christ Cement over there on a Saturday and get a lot of it moved out for you. We got a whole bunch of it done within 4 hours last time. So just let me know.
All right.
But again, the board's in place. We're meeting regularly every third Wednesday of every month, the second Wednesday of every month in the morning for the general, everybody. And then the third Wednesday at night, we have our board meeting for the board. Officers have been elected, terms have been decided, bylaws have been done, so we're ready. Okay?
I have actually got a question.
Okay.
I mean, it's very obvious. You've heard people come in here,
Mhm.
and so I'm going to try to go about this delicately.
Okay.
I want to make sure. I one question I do have. Since you guys are doing this, and I'm trust me, I'm 100% behind you. I just, how can I say that? I want to make sure the government stays out.
Right.
I know that's an issue because I don't know anything the government gets in to do right. So I mean, if it's faith based, which I'm my understanding it is, then I'm right there beside you.
Well, here's what we're doing, okay? Because to be able to get the most grant money and stuff, we couldn't put faith-based into it.
Right.
We can offer all those programs, and we go in and we have them there, and we can say, hey, here's what we have, and here's what we recommend you to do. But the problem is when you put the faith-based part in there, you limit the source of funds that you can have.
Right.
So we wanted to bypass that to make sure that we could. So we've kind of taken it out of there. We've alluded to it, but we're not saying it's all. They've got to do this, 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 and this. We're going to offer all that as an option. Because that way, because I can't take somebody's religion.
No.
Are they only going to be there 14 days?
What they're going to do is, the original plan is for them to come in. When they get there, there's one of two things they can do. They can get enrolled in the program, which is going to be, we guarantee them a spot for the next 14 days. All right. If they don't want to be that, they can have a spot for the night. The next morning, they would have to leave. The ones that stay can stay. At the end of that 14 days, we start getting enrolled with everybody around town, Compass and West Central and VA and everything else that's already agreed to come to there and meet them right there. We'll get them IDs, we'll get them birth certificates, whatever we need to get them. All right. At the end of that 14 days, we will sit down with each individual and reassess. Now, are they actually trying? Or are they what? And we have to take a little bit longer to find them for the next stage, and we'll extend that out for them if they are working the program. But they've got to be working the program.
And if they're not,
Well, I've heard it's too many of them, they're gonna end up, stay right there and be outside.
I mean, yeah, because the deal is
And
we've got
that's
to.
where-
The
that's
deal
where
is we
it's
got to
getting
do.
be a
And
problem.
we've met with Main Street. I know that some of the people were here from that, and
Yeah.
we've met with the board and had a long discussion with them, and we've all kind of agreed there's no ideal solution to this problem. And if we all had our choice, it would be not right next to everything else, but it's got to be someplace. And every place we would take it, the people there are going to be like,
Same thing.
you know. So, and the thing is that we're, you know, to have it run by somebody that's there all the time, and somebody that we've done this in other, you know, the other places that we've done it, you know, there was controversy on some other ones. We ran them correctly. We've made sure that we've showed society we can give it back. It's like I told Main Street, what I want to do is, if they're there on Saturday mornings, part of the program is to come up here and do some community service and get back to come up around the square and help beautify the area right around here that needs to be done. You know, that's part of our program. Same thing I do with the Forged by Christ guys.
Are most of these people local, or are they people coming from someplace else?
They're both.
Okay.
I mean, here's what's happening. It's going to continue to happen. Is with our state of the country, where we brought all these people in, we let them in. They've overloaded the other places, which has pushed people out. So yes, we've acquired people in Henry County that we didn't have. Are they going to go away? No, they're not going to go away. We got to do something with them. Is that going to continue to go on? Well, hopefully we shut the borders down. It's not going to happen for now, but you know, they've been pushed out. Now our goal is we're not going to become a drop-off point. That's not what we want. We're not going to advertise that or do that. We're going to take care of the counties right here, the two counties that our area is in.
sounds good.
Any other questions?
Yeah.
If you do, you've got my numbers on there.
Yeah.
And like I said, we're going to have a booth at the Old Gloria is, along with our Salisbury Recovery booth. So we're going to be passing that information. We're having the Sunday event up here where we're going to have another booth for Project Homeless too to pass out information and let everybody else know what we're doing too.
Sounds good.
All right.
Okay, Derek.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. You guys have a good day.
Okay. Sorry for
Let's
that.
see if the mail has ran, just to double check that there's no bids in the mail. Dennis, do you have any?
We got it.
You have my email.
Laying right in front of me.
Good deal. I got the mail for you guys, so
Oh,
she doesn't know it yet. That's why you don't have any other bids.
you hacked into our system and intercepted them, huh?
Yeah. I want to win something.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't a crime. It was made by mistake.
The last one was quite a bit, really. Just, I don't know what happened. I wonder
Yes,
why.
it was.
This can, usually are y'all close.
This one here, if I'm not close or a winner, I'm gonna probably end up doing something a little bit.
He tried calling, but I was talking to somebody.
Okay.
I'm going, guys. If I can get out.
All right.
I'm trying to get this,
Yep.
I'm going this, no, I'm gonna do it.
Got it?
I'm
There
going
you
this
go.
exercise class to learn how to get out of a chair.
Yep.
Well, thank you. Letting me know. Wow. I mean, surely they're going to make the recommendation. That's. I mean, I'm not sure on how that goes.
I've heard most everybody does. It's close.
Where are my kids at? 14 kids are registered for the school.
It'd be cheaper. They figured it out. I guess it'd be cheaper to
school.
to disperse it. That's it. It would be
Wow.
keep school open.
Wow.
But that, I mean, we can talk about that.
I didn't find any bids, but I found just some more.
You got a whole box.
Wow.
I was gonna say, I don't think
You got what for it?
This many bids, we're gonna be here a while, right?
got competition.
Just a little.
A little bit.
All right.
Y'all got your work cut out for you. That's what you got.
That did-
They didn't have any, so I'm going to open these and copy them for y'all. Both of these were emailed to me.
Yeah.
And 2 bids?
2 bids.
Yay! You didn't get.
So that's just
Oh, wow. Come on, Dennis, baby needs shoes.
Looks like you're out about $2.
Oh my gosh. I'll make up with that with my Kohl's cash.
Starbucks point. Pass them on down if you would. Mark. Jake. And Dennis. And Jim.
Okay. All right. Start off with bids. There's a bid opening. T&W Steel Company Incorporated on 32 pieces, 7-inch OD, 453 wall, 80 KSI, size 44 feet, 40 to 44 lengths. And it is $28.80 per pound, which is 40,550.
I got them whooped. I whooped them.
And then on the other one is 7-inch. What's the 7?
Are these apples and apples? Or are we looking at apples and
You gotta add them both
Yeah.
together to get a truckload.
Yeah,
I'm
okay,
going up.
They broke it down into 2 batches.
okay.
So the bottom figure is 70, whatever that.
$73,779.29. What their bottom figure is.
Oh my God, let me see that.
Okay. So you get a copy.
Because I just went off of last year's bid with what you guys ordered. It's 1,450 lineal
Oh my
foot.
God.
That's why I'm looking at both these. I'm like,
And
we
the
can't
total
be-
of his bid,
We can't be bidding the same thing.
See, he's
$31,581.
got 2 different types. He's got one at 28.80 a foot.
That's what I was
He's
saying.
got one at 23.60 a foot.
Yep.
So what was
44 foot lengths.
He's got 2 different bids.
the second?
I ain't got no damn glasses.
Well,
The 55
What's the pro?
KSI is the one you go
Sorry.
with.
Do
It's
what?
the one you've always gone
the one on top.
with. The second one.
The secondary?
Yeah,
type?
the secondary, the 55, this one's 53, but it's,
Yeah.
it's 55 KSI.
Yeah.
That's the one you guys normally get.
This other one's a
The other one's just,
80 KSI.
yeah, see, it's 453. You wanted something in between 403 and 453.
Yeah.
And so you got, the second one is the one that I'm bidding.
Yeah. And he's 33,000
33 to 28.
28. How's that look?
I like these, Kelly. Can I have?
Yeah.
Can I try?
And, okay,
Are you? I'm plus two.
Now,
250 here.
Oh, I don't
on
know.
the B Brock, you wanna hear yours?
Yeah.
Okay, and B Brock's bid is $31,581. And that is the only two bids we got. And
Play ball.
one, no, he's putting it in.
Well, since I ain't got no say, I'd
Go
say
ahead.
I'd go cheapest one. Even though I'd recommend the highest.
Oh,
Winners
Yeah.
get coffee. I get 60.
speaking of coffee, we got our name. That being said, do I hear a
It's not me.
motion?
Yeah,
Except
D-Brock.
Except V Brock?
I'll second that.
Motion been made and seconded to accept V Brock's.
Wahoo! I won
For
one.
$31,581. Voice will call Mark,
Yes.
Jake,
Yes.
and Jim, yes. Motion carried.
Do I need to call you or can you
Yeah.
handle?
I'll handle it and,
Mark,
I'll
did
make
you
sure
make that
everything's
motion?
there
Yes,
Thank
you did.
on time
I need to stamp that.
within the next 2 years.
Yeah, I understand. There you go.
We might have a problem.
Dennis is my
I'll have
friend.
my own.
Sometimes.
He pays me good money to be his friend.
Carry on with,
Okay.
since we're done with bid openings, I'll go ahead and give my report if that's okay, Sue Tyler. Me and Mark went up and done the, we thought was gonna do the final walkthrough today. The state wanted it to be the semi walkthrough on that bridge. The grass is only like this tall. We only got it seeded last Tuesday. To me, with it being that tall, it looks, I mean, it's just green as could be, but they want it to be taller to make sure it's established. So we're gonna do a final walkthrough within the next 30 days. They said it'd take at least the next 30 days to get everything closed out on that bridge. With that being said, he said that you will be receiving a pretty expensive invoice, and it should cover everything except for the last half of the straw, seeds and straw, and they're going to hang on to it until we do our final walkthrough. Besides putting in culverts, the guys this week we got a call from Davis Township. They was needing their dirt hauled off from their Cart Rock Road. So we went out there, started yesterday, and we're hauling their dirt off the Cart Rock Roads. They got 3 spots within like a half mile of where we're loading it. So we're not hauling it that far or anything like that. It's just 2 miles of ditch pulling and everything. He dug. I mean, he dug some nice ditches and stuff that was filled in, and so he's got several pipes that we're going to have to put in, and some cleaning out to do around the pipe ends because he can't get close to them. So that's what we've been working on this last week. So as soon as we get a handle on it, we got everything moved and we're ready to start tearing out the bridge on 450. So as soon as we get it, I'm hoping started Thursday, we can get it tore out and get going back with it.
Sounds good.
So, you got anything, Mark?
Have we heard anything from Krisha about the?
I have not heard anything.
I have.
Because we need to
Check.
That
we need that. Just let that fall off by the wayside.
exactly. One thing you said last week, Mark, that kind of disagree with. You said if he wants a ditch, he needs to put it back on him.
Well, no, not back on him. What he did was he took the dirt between the road and his property line. He took all of that dirt. That's why that thing's so stinking wide and deep, and put it up on his property. That needs to go back where it was.
It needs to go up next to the edge of the road, so
Right.
I can have a
Something there.
5 to 6 foot berm right there along the road.
Right.
That's what I mean. The ditch and the road and everything needs to be on the right of way, but that I need 5 to 6 feet of buffer zone from the road to the ditch. That way a car has time to recover.
Right.
But no, I have not heard anything from Lucretia. And I just wanted to make sure we was on the same page on that.
I may have misspoke. That's not what I meant.
And I might have misinterpreted it, but we just need 5 or 6 feet as it comes down and goes around that curve. That way we got a buffer zone between the road and the ditch. So, Jake, you got anything?
Tightwad Quarry Road, what's that,
1051.
1051. Got a call today that it's one lane. A lot of the brush down there, I'm guessing by the pipe, is laid over into the road. Is that you guys or?
That is the township.
Okay, I'll give them a holler.
The township, when they go and cut a tree off the road, they cut it off at the edge of the road.
Okay.
And then they just push the brush off as best they can get it. So that's on the township.
Okay.
As I've told other townships, if I need to go clean up your brush and stuff, just let me know. I'll go do it, and we're going to charge you for it.
Right.
So
I just want to make sure.
it was not us.
Okay. I'll get a hold of them. And then, no, I don't.
Jim, you got anything?
Nope.
We've been getting calls once again about Booth Road and 40th Road, which is Kit Cart Road that turns into 40th that goes out by the church, about the semi-traffic and different things. Okay, anyway, I guess they got tired of calling me and they've got tired of calling you guys because nothing's been addressed by the townships or anything. So they called MoDOT, and MoDOT has come up and inspected it. MoDOT has told me that the traffic division has told me that they see nothing wrong with how it's laid out for truck traffic or anything else. The only thing he would recommend, and he said it'd be up to the townships to pass an ordinance or whatever, is right there before you get to Scott's house on Booth Road to the end of Booth Road. He said you might drop the speed limit to 25 because there's a lot of houses through there, a lot of kids out through there. And then he said on 40th Road, as you go up through there, there's a small section out there by another housing development. Don't know what the name of it is, but he said you might drop the speed limit to 25 through there too because the same deal, kids and stuff and people walking and stuff. Otherwise, he said the speed limit, he said that he would like to see another speed limit sign or two down around Booth Road and 40th Road. He said that there's one on where you come off 18 and there's one where you come off of 7, but there's nothing down there by that intersection. And so he said if you guys want to put up extra signage, that's fine, but otherwise he didn't see anything wrong with that truck or that road to limit the truck traffic or anything else. It was wide enough, had appropriate markings for the bridges and stuff like that. So just pass that information on to you.
What's it marked at now? 35?
It's 35. Everything's in Henry County is 35 except posted otherwise.
Okay.
So, Kelly, you got anything, boss? Okay, if you guys ain't got nothing else, I'm getting out of here.
Can I get a copy of,
Bids?
that loser bid?
For $2.50.
Here. There you go.
I give you my copies, Jim.
Yeah, I have that.
You wanna keep mine though, don't you, Dennis?
Yeah, I'll get your
It's got my
bill.
autograph on it. That's worth a lot of money.
I'll get your
I
bill.
I got his.
That's all I need.
Here,
All right.
Dennis.
All right, I'll get out of here. See you guys. It's
Kelly,
good to
How
see
about those patches that are failing there on? Was that Booth? No, not Booth. Yes, Booth. From 7 coming down.
You got right there before the bridge, you got one spot that's just potholed out.
Uh-huh.
And then as you go up over the hump and get, there's that culvert there. Brad Smart has assured me once the asphalt crew gets done over on Water Street, extension, they're gonna go over and fix those 2 spots.
So it is this the same company that's working over on Water Street?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's out of Kansas City.
Okay. Thank you.
He said that's a done deal once they just get there.
Get it done.
Where are they getting the asphalt from?
I'd say they're pulling it out of Harrisonville or Kansas City.
Okay.
I don't know.
Say Tightwads.
They've bellied up.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Dennis.
Last call. Ladies and gentlemen, have a good day.
Okay.
I have a couple things. I need you guys to sign these letters for Luke and Shelley, who you appointed last week. I just typed up letters for them.
And
Sorry,
Case Singer
Case Singer,
contract, we need to deal with
Yeah.
that.
and here's my bill. Oh, there it is. And then
Thank you.
let's go ahead and put Jake on the Case Center board. Cause then I'll move him. Then we'll do that. Is that okay? Do I entertain a motion?
I'll make the motion for Jake on the case.
I'll second that.
Okay.
Jake, okay. Put all your information here.
All my information. Yeah. You want it in blue?
It'd be better. Okay. Yes. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Jim.
I have to run downstairs for a minute.
And here's the bill.
Right, I need to take that one, and I need to find out about this one,
Yep,
this
that's
one,
You're on call.
and I'll be back. If
I
you
think
need
it's
more-
empty.
Huh?
I think the coffee pot's empty.
I didn't make coffee.
Yeah.
I think they did.
You put everything in, Bob, then you turn it on. Don't worry, that happens to me at 6 o'clock in the morning when I have to turn the lights on.
So much for that.
Next time.
Hey, Next exactly. Next meeting.
Yeah.
Next.
So we'll have it in a little bit.
You just take it wherever you're going next time.
I can wait there. What else is said on 60? I love it. 69 degrees here. Jake, or Mark. Got a sign down at the bottom.
Down the bottom.
Yeah. And Kelly's got kisses.
Who do I got to sign it to?
Yeah. All three of us. Okay. Well, that. Okay. And the way I understood, that's what Scotland was talking about. They could go ahead, but we have to go this year, and then turn around and next year amend it to 2024. Now, where that's facts or not, but anyway. Huh? Yeah, it's a mess.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I wasn't grasping much.
That SB 3 is unconstitutional.
That's what you were saying last night.
And it's gonna get kicked out. There's probably gonna be more than one county that goes in against them. And when they do, because that's where Jim messed up.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
why when I said that to him, he should look at his face.
No.
They put that 7 billion clause in.
Oh, I didn't see his face.
Yeah, and that basically what that did, that allowed SB 190 to be tied to it.
Oh,
So
so that gets taken out in 90s, probably,
And it's gone.
and which is now the 756. Okay,
Okay.
I wanted to make sure it was.
It's
And
all,
basically, it's just all go away. That's what's going to happen.
Well, it's a.
I guess it may not, but it would really surprise.
Because the way Rick was telling me, Travis, he said, it's kind of like what he said. A lot of it disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
But just like yesterday, I don't know where I got thinking. I can tell you who I probably feel like more comfortable with attorneys is Wes Hilton. I think he's more up on state statutes and
For a
stuff
local
like
one?
that, county stuff. He does a lot of water companies and different ones which deal with a lot of state statutes. And I was thinking that'd be a person I'd like to see us get to use In fact, I went over there. Wes wasn't there. Gary was in there, and I know him. Gary said, "Well, Jim, sit down here. I'll read it for you." He said, "Well, it's simple. It's write down." He said, "That's it." But anyway, that's
I mean, in reality, you probably could take it really back past and be your base. I mean, whatever the law was put into action, you would be able to actually go back to. But I don't know. See, everything, and that's, you heard Rick Scott when he was talking about all this other stuff.
Yeah.
Is set for 2024.
Mhm.
That's gonna make everything tie in a whole lot easier actually. Instead of 1/24, 1/25, it's
Oh,
gonna
yes.
make things a whole lot simpler.
I mean, the whole everybody out of 44 counties, everybody's different.
Right.
It's just like that. What they do. Some of them are just the county tax and whatever it is, and others are all of them. I mean, they're all over the board. The way I understand it. But anyway,
No, I want to have savings, as much savings as I can possibly get.
Me too.
well, yeah. I can tell you right now. Hey, she's talking the choir on that deal. But I used to own a house there in the country club out there. My mom, I moved her over here. She lived there. I had it built, and she lived there for 5-6 years.
Yeah, I'd already talked to her on the phone.
See, I've emailed her back and forth a few times.
Yeah.
Say, my brain just went blank. What was I going to say?
Well,
I was gonna say something.
all right, guys.
Oh, joy. That's an old joy.
I don't know which one we want to start off with.
Yeah, I wouldn't get him mixed up. Killing me may not be good. That's what I can tell you.
You know what? I better wait till Kelly.
I think Rick's gonna be getting hold of that shit. That we,
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
when I talked to him the other day, where was Kelly the other day? No, I think it was him. I think he said he was gonna send him
Have done?
What you mean?
a flyer or a note or whatever.
That
Is he gonna talk?
Huh?
Is he gonna talk?
No.
he we asked him for
you
the
didn't.
sign.
You didn't want to speak today, did you? Did
No.
you? Okay. What's your name?
Ethan Holder.
Ethan. What?
Holder.
Kohler?
Holder. HOLDER.
Holder. Okay.
Like you hold something.
All right.
Zero.
Yeah. All right. I don't know which end to start on them. Holders. I'll foul up. I'll get my. I'll be in feeble on that.
Man, it was so hot standing out there on that bridge.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I said, you
Tell you
don't
what.
need me. I'm going.
Sunday is hot too.
He did a good job on that. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
it looks nice.
I'll be glad with it. Start on 91 out there and get that done.
What goes on at your LEPC meetings? I've never been to one. July 8th. I saw you. What?
Have dinner.
Oh, well, I'm always up for food.
What do we do there? A number of things. We are in the middle of going through our compliance checklist for the year so we can receive our funding from the state, which isn't a lot of money. It's under $3,000. Basically, we discuss training opportunities. The state runs some training through our organization for some reason. Most of the first responders have other avenues of training. So it's a little redundant, if you ask me, but that's how it's set up. There's certain things that we can offer that they can't get. So I'm just trying to raise hazmat awareness. We strictly deal with hazmat training and awareness for the public and first.
Phil, yeah. That's good.
It's a subsection of the emergency management book.
Right.
It's annexed. That's us.
Stood out to me. He had a recorder. Yeah,
It's a good
recorder in his
opportunity.
hand. Right here. He was just like.
How many did you get there?
We get between 12 and 15 people who show up.
That's a good turnout.
You know,
So we're recording these two.
be nice if you want.
I mean, I've been to the emergency management, and they don't have much more than that. If that.
Which meetings?
They have their, like, quarterly meetings.
Oh, for county, for the whole state.
Yeah, yeah. Well, no, the first one was for the whole state, but I went to the second one was just West Central. I guess. Or local, because if there's Tightwad was there, Calhoun was there, Quentin was there, Mark was there from fire.
We try to get representatives from all of us, rural fire departments, police departments, and things to come, hospital, Henry County Health Center, school district,
Do they pretty much show up?
government, anybody we can get who has an interest in hazmat issues. And like emergency management, we are not responders. The LAPC itself. I mean, I've been called by a fire department there once for a methamphetamine lab. We don't respond to that.
They just want you to respond to the scene.
Yeah, they were uncertain as to who was going to handle that because they couldn't handle it. They had to have a team come in from Kansas City to do it. Well, more
So there's
than
a reason
boom.
behind that.
It's more than boom. It's touch this and get it on you and you're dead. There's a little gift left behind by previous owners of a house. The new owners were doing some remodeling and came across this in the attic. We have the Tacoma Fire
Thank you.
Department. They
Yeah,
called-
I didn't know if you wanted to lid
For
on
some
it.
reason, they
Yeah.
called me. I said, well, we don't respond to that stuff.
Okay,
I know I came from Kansas City to do it.
Yeah.
Hazmat team.
I wouldn't know if the highway patrol.
Whiteman's got one. Can't say it. A sprinkler process too. I don't think so.
Which is odd with the landfill being up there.
The perfect world for the LAPC is to get more. But the reality is it's all volunteer, everybody's got paid ups. The budget is pretty low, basically nothing. You know, really when you get down to it. People use 300,000 or something, not 3,000. They really wanted us to educate the community. But it's a state mandate that they don't enforce.
Does the state fund you guys?
Yeah, we're actually a state agency, not a county. We're under Merck.
Merck, huh?
Missouri Emergency Response Commission.
Oh.
Kelly's not bringing more.
Yeah.
What Rick said he had about 900 so far. Last night, you know what he said?
700.
700.
Yeah.
We've probably been through maybe 200.
100.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna get us some there to start with.
Sounds good.
All right. All right, I'm gonna put a file there and start there. Start on the stack. Does she usually put that up first?
Okay, however Mark wants it, and then it kind of goes from.
And then I
Passing
want
on
to come
that.
back with this one on the bottom, right?
You want it like that,
Nope.
or you want it
That's
like
right.
this?
That's where I want it. Now, oh,
You want it like that?
then we need to turn around.
Yeah, don't get this stuff all mixed up. My goodness.
You realize what kind of crap?
I'm afraid to touch this.
I'm gonna say, how did it do? Okay.
Disorganized.
I'll say Bruce done it.
Here's Kelly.
Oh, shit. Here she is. All right, go, Kelly.
Is it getting wild in here?
Yes,
So
we
just
started
go
on the
down.
folder. We
It's
didn't
all
know which
Bruce's
end to
fault.
start on.
I shouldn't have left. That's fine. It's fine. You gotta do them all, so.
I put
So we hope they're still
on
in
the ones
order.
Is this mine?
Huh?
Is this?
I mean, that's what you want. Did you get another? Have you never tested? Their signature.
Do what?
I got called.
So did Amy.
I got called for jury duty.
Really? You did?
Yeah.
I got called for that.
Did you?
Yeah.
This time?
No, not this time. I'm done now.
I'd like to
You know why it took so
Monday.
years to hold me?
Huh?
Do what?
Next Monday, I think.
Huh.
Then they canceled.
Amy got it too.
Once you get picked.
That's what I was gonna say. Probably not.
California, staying cool.
Depends on what questions they ask.
Okay. Jake, you're
Yeah.
official on.
All righty.
They will, most likely disqualify you. Because you're an elected official.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, they will.
I guess. Well, yeah.
If it's Henry County, they will not. use
Oh,
you
if it's
guys.
Henry County.
Yeah,
Well, the one.
giant conflict of interest.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
They got into mine. On seniors, yeah. 'Cause that's the fee. That's what it's
Well, you just
supposed
have to sit through it, sit through the first part, but then you don't have to, they'll disqualify you.
Pass you through on the selection process.
Mhm. While you're wandering through the applications, I had mentioned the issue on the roof that Chris was gonna get some bids for the tiles that were missing on the roof and
Yes, yes.
removing that, pipe or.
Yeah.
Jumpy scanner up.
Down, I think is what.
I think that's what it
I think
is.
that's what you've been
Yeah.
handling before.
That's all in there.
Anyways, he brought me in a couple quotes from two different companies. And I want you guys to look at them. They don't have to be bid out because it's under the amount, but he did get quotes from more than that.
That reminds me. Do we oversee the extension office that's in behind the
Yeah.
old 911
That's
building?
our building.
Okay. They was talking about how a sink is leaking. If we could pass that along to Chris as well to check that out. I guess that's who we get a hold of, right? Okay.
That's been.
I think they've asked him a couple different times, but
Well, some of that.
I didn't know how it
They feel.
felt.
It used to feel like they'll fix some of it.
Yeah, they probably feel that we
Well,
should be
we
fixing
give them, I mean.
it. Right. That's why I was curious on how we handle that.
I'll text Chris and see if he knows anything about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, Rick,
You got two
chairs in there. They just need to get
top one. Do what?
Rick Bashir's on hers, that deed, and all they need to do is put her name on there, leave her name, Teresa, and then PLI. But with nobody's name, she needs to get the bill.
Right.
Doesn't matter who writes the check.
It's really hard. Non-government employees, because they get paid something.
See, talking to Rick, the way I understood it, they check out pretty well everything down here that goes through everything to make sure that they got it. And if there's anything missing or kind of an odd deal, they're just going to put a little post-it.
Yes.
So if that helps.
Probably make it quicker.
Oh, that one's
Huh?
Bring mine in.
I'm sorry?
I need to bring mine in. Oh, no, I thought she was already saying this. Let's get it in again.
Yeah.
It would be a lot to go through.
Oh, man.
I had 3 names on here of folks that called in yesterday and wanted you to be aware that they wanted the 2024 tax rates. I must have something put out there about call the commission and tell them what you want, because that's all they wanted. They
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
really want return calls or anything. They just, so there's 3 people on here. I did take a couple phone numbers.
I do too. And I think I need more polish put on it. Do what you take one printer.
I can't file for it.
Yeah.
Did my application come through yet?
I've never seen yours last time.
You didn't.
I found the process to be very smooth and easy.
I think they've been doing a good
You
job.
got the application form, 2 pages. I did have stuff by the bank to get it notarized. And then, my warranty deed and a copy of my driver's license. The driver's license took care of 2 of the required documents.
Yeah,
So the best part about having it taking applications here, we're, like I said, Rick is gonna do satellite sites. And I know that for a fact because I'm actually gonna work the one in Calhoun for one day just to see how many people I can pick up there. Is that anything that you need is right here in the courthouse. So if you didn't have the warranty deed cover that you could literally just go down the hall, or you needed proof of residency, go across to the registration, I mean, it's all right here.
Or we got your tax bill.
That's what made it
Are
easy.
we charging $1?
I don't know why
Are we
anybody-
charging $1 for something?
The copies of the warranty deed, which is common fee in the recorder's office. That's not something special. That is a fee that they charge.
because of the paper, right?
Right. They are allowed to charge fees in their office for records, just like I charge a voter registration fee if you get a voter registration list. They're allowed, and that's something that they've always done. They didn't just put that in because of seniors. They just advertised it so that people would see that it cost $1,
Right,
so they would come in with,
Somebody was asking.
It's not new. We can't make copies for everybody for free, or we never. I mean,
Big copy.
The driver's license covered too. The documents
Sure.
required, so-
the residency requirements, yeah.
Yeah.
But a lot of senior citizens don't have a driver's license, or or if they do it expired and they never got it.
I got a real ID.
I've seen some of
That's
that. Well, she doesn't drive and hasn't
No.
for 10 years, or what do I do?
But she can go in and get her.
Yeah, they don't make any.
Well, I understand what they
Yeah.
can do. I'm just saying
Yeah,
that's one of the
yeah.
issues that I've seen.
Right.
Be a real ID.
The DMV doesn't make any accommodations for totally incapacitated people. They have to physically go down to DMV to even get an ID.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's my, found out with my dad, so he just didn't bother.
Right.
Anyway, for me anyway, it was a very quick process. There was absolutely no one in the office down there on the Took about 2 minutes.
How long?
About
10
2
minutes?
minutes.
2 minutes?
Just walked in, stepped up to the counter, handed him the paperwork, he kind of looked at it and said, fine. Went around, walked out. Now my neighbor, he can't find his warranty too. I said, well, you can go down to the courthouse and get one. But really, if you own a house, you have to have some.
Well, I mean, it's just easier for them to pay $1 and have it than to have to go to the bank, the safe deposit box, or find out where they filed it, or, I mean, it's just easier for some of them just to go pay $1.
Sits in my hanging. Yeah, you gotta have a safe deposit box. First, you gotta go to the bank to get it notarized.
Well, there's a notary in the office down there.
Will there be one in Calhoun with you?
Yeah, so at every site, he's making sure that there's a notary. I'm not a notary.
I didn't think you was, but I wasn't
Every
sure.
site, he's making sure a notary will be available at the same time.
That's great.
Applications are being taken.
Is that a state requirement to be notarized, or is that just a decision by the commission?
I do not believe it was spelled out in the
I
state.
never saw it.
It was a decision made to verify that the person is who the person says that they are.
Well, that should be taken care of by a real ID or a customer.
Not necessarily, Bruce.
Well, right, I hear you. I hear you.
I don't know if it makes it more legally binding or, to have it notarized.
Well, it's official.
Yeah.
Brings in a third party witness. It's supposedly no interest in.
They solely vote systems. Okay, now Richard Macon. Now,
I know these people.
huh?
They're my neighbors.
Solid vote. Did y'all look that one?
Oh yeah. Hers.
Oh,
It's an LLC. Well, there's somewhere in there.
How do they, because the thing I was wondering about that, he's doing his LLC. That must be his place of business.
Well, I'm trying to
Or is
figure
it
that
where
out.
he lives, because I'm wondering if he does it, if it's place of business, and then he does it for where he lives. How does that work? Because you're never gonna know it.
So they mentioned something about an LLC last night, but I don't know if it was Scott and Rick or I think it was Scott and Rick because then they asked us.
See,
They
I
commented
can't-
we've had one.
Yeah.
I don't know what they said about the
There
others.
is nothing on here, and the tax goes to,
There's also no postage, so
Yeah. But I mean, if
and
you
see
got
what,
an LLC,
did you see what I'm saying?
yeah, if you get an LLC and you have a place that you're doing it at, like another house
Well,
or whatever,
Here it
you
is.
can't claim it in your home.
Right.
That would be the only question with an LLC.
That'd be commercial. It's not covered.
Yeah, see, that's,
Well, you can run your LLC out of your home.
say I did.
I mean, yeah.
I don't understand.
Which if that's the case, that'd be okay. But if it was
Right, but you don't
someplace
know
else,
is what
yeah.
you're saying.
Right.
Okay, here's the trustees, if you got an LLC, you'll have trustees down here, and that's who, like first is this Caitlin, and then Richard. Caitlin L. Megan, she's the one that's on the, having the whole bit
So
problem.
are they allowing an LLC that owns the property to qualify? If this is only one person.
I don't know about this.
Well, your-
Did y'all
with
look
an
this?
LLC, your
I
tax-
glanced at
your
it
taxes
where it
are
said the Salta dog and then the LLC.
You're taxed like an individual with an LLC.
Well, I know that, but technically,
See, I don't
you
see
don't own that
anything
property,
that
the
has-
LLC does. If you set it up that way, so you don't qualify.
Kelly, can we set this one off to the side?
Sure.
I didn't. Well, it's going to get all mixed up in the order.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
If you have a question about one.
See what I'm saying?
No, I haven't seen it. I don't know what you're saying.
Let's see what you-
It's the same thing. The property,
I'm just going, but if
they
it,
own it now, you don't, so
Right.
you're out
Did
to
you-
lunch.
Manning. It could be one of them knew that guy. I don't know. Hmm?
I see.
See what I'm
I do
saying?
see what you're saying now, Jim.
You do see? I'm trying to find somewhere that has his name on there because he's the one that's signed up with it.
Oh, he's right here.
Huh? Is his name on it?
Yeah.
Okay. Then he's in.
First successor trustee.
Alright, okay, give it him, I'll stamp it.
I still have questions.
No, you do? What's your question? That was the only question I had. I want to make sure there's a charge of the LLC.
I guess this is my question. Right?
Richard
So that's the
Knight,
applicant.
yep, that's right. That's Kateen I. Ryan Crum. Richard Mankin.
So is that
Nancy.
his homestead?
See, that's what I was wondering.
No, that's his. Oh,
It
that's,
doesn't say residential address on there, but
No,
that's his
where's-
mailing address.
where's the tax receipt? It's just all
It's
it
under
does.
the LLC. Because that's who the property's under. I'm on the same page as Mark.
See what
Can
you're
we
talking.
prove that he lives there?
Yeah,
Is that his homestead?
Right.
and here's his home.
Well, I don't know that that's his home, but that's his mailing address.
Mm-hmm.
That's what makes it,
Now-
because you could file twice.
But he's
Double dip.
sending it solely dog.
Would it be?
Okay, I understand that
That would
is.
register.
This
It's the
is
same
where
thing twice, though, wouldn't it?
you got a structure on that.
Well, if you registered under
He's
the
really,
LLC.
I don't
It
know.
is. So.
Right. And then turn around here.
I don't know, but I see why Mark was questioning it,
That's what makes me wonder.
because even in
If he's-
here, the mailing address is
Yes,
this, is
Muscatine
Iowa.
out.
if he's missing-
So how can we prove that that's his residence? I guess that's what, he does have it on his driver's license. So, I mean, that's how
Well,
we prove residency for voter registration.
all right.
So, but I see why you went.
But, yeah.
I was just going by the.
A little question, just so many different things that you just don't think about, I guess. But if he was, he would have to prove his residency to me at the voter registration office and to Rick. It's on his driver's license, and that's a proof of residency. I don't know, I can't get my voter
Oh, you
registration.
can't?
It's fun. I like it. But you know, I just saw your payment. They're driving on private property and you can see what's out there. Spreading it. So he's like, why? We're not even grabbing somebody else's road and all the gravel, you know. So he might be able to. That's on all of them. It seems like it honestly.
Wonder why he's.
You guys remember that we had Christian this afternoon.
It was Thursday. Better than
Is it Thursday? I have it on my calendar. And let me see what I can find. 6:24 at 1 p.m.
I guess that's the best.
You had me questioning my sanity. I was like, I think. Thursday, we have elected official meeting at 8 a.m.
Here.
A reminder, here.
Okay.
And then we're going to adjourn early, right before 11, to meet with the cities, the municipals in here, because that's not an open session. So.
You go eat with Scott last night?
No.
You didn't?
No, I ended up talking with Scott Brooks and who was it? Daniel Wilson and the lady that was there. I don't know her name.
From Cass County?
She had dark hair and black glasses.
I think, yeah.
But anyway, I was talking to them for, oh my gosh, maybe almost an hour. She said, hey, you know, what could, like, since I'm running, what should I be doing paperwork with you guys or anything? He's just explaining the process and all that stuff. But he gave me a lot of good information. I didn't mean to keep them there that late, but he's definitely informing me on a lot.
So fun fact on the next milk crate full here, there's some that are turned sideways that are the questionable ones, so it might go a little fast.
So Kelly, do you make your salsa spicy?
Yes and no. I do both.
You know.
Yeah. I'm not a spicy, but my husband and my son are spicy. They like spicy.
I think it's got it.
Huh?
I think that one's good.
That's the way
There's a lot of
they
papers, but it's a lot of
And I like mine
Trust.
chunky and they like
Yeah.
theirs thinner. So we have like mom's kind and then
everybody else.
everybody else.
That's not quite as bad as some.
He said, I thought she could it's not only just about the milk, it's also about the sugar.
David Mills.
Won't be able to.
And it does say in the email 1 hour, but it could be an hour and a half. It was I think you guys are getting faster. You must know what you're looking for.
Getting in some type of rhythm.
Oh, I will.
Chris says that the extension, sink, and garbage disposal is on his list. He asked if he needed to extract it.
They didn't say how bad it was. They just said it's been leaking.
Yes.
And the best I remember, the garbage disposal was working at all.
Right.
Yeah, it's
As long as it's on his list. I said as long as it's on his list.
Yeah.
And just says they didn't say how bad it was, but the garbage disposal wasn't working at all, and it has been leaking for a while. So I would say, if at all possible, soon. Is there any room over at the extension office, Jim, to put a container for storage? That question was posed to me.
The only
I don't
thing-
know. There's
The
no.
only thing I'm thinking maybe, but see, they had to make it for the trash truck to vacuum.
Mhm.
I need to order one. It's been a long time since I've looked at it. But, and how big is it? This year. It's okay.
I'm not sure. I was
To
just
me, they're both the
curious.
same.
Because, I mean,
This one's.
we're going to have to,
Showing that it's in his son's name.
Okay.
so we can't continue to say, we're gonna do this and this, and not do anything with it, just keep putting them on hold. I mean,
No.
we've gotta make Gotta
Done.
make
I,
a decision
my big thing is,
and start a timeline.
my big thing, if we know what we want, and if we can give out, hey, might be cheaper, tell you who can get that. I think at Amanda Johnson.
I-
They hauled some of them.
She sent me a bid or
On
an
Connexes
estimate.
and,
I got an
those Connexes are a container, you don't want to be. to
This
me,
is on Connex
I don't think it's
delivered.
the type of container we're questioning at this point. It's where we're gonna put it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A used one is $2,800. A new one's $4,600. 40-foot container delivered to Clinton.
does it sound nice?
Pardon?
How much a 40 foot?
40-footer is for a
Oh,
new one
container?
is $4,600.
It's container,
Well, Connex,
Connex.
How much have they got to store? 40 foot. Those are.
That's a
and then they've
big
also got 20
Well,
footers for
What is
a
that?
new one's 35, 50. The used one's 2,400.
What size was that, Jay?
20-footer.
20 foot.
Mm-hmm.
That seems more logical.
She sent one for both a
And
20-footer
easier
and
to
a
place
40-footer.
somewhere than a 40 foot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
20 be easier to set, but is it going to be enough room to last for a while? Because they got to be able to turn around. there.
So, I think what she's trying to do is get most of it digitized.
Yeah.
It's just a time process.
No,
Well, welcome to 2025, Jim. We're not gonna have all of that paper in the future that we have.
no, okay, all right.
She's gonna have some storage, but we don't,
Yeah.
it's not like it used to be
No.
with the paper.
Okay,
And I don't think it'll accumulate as quickly as.
All right.
Say what the
it
son's
used to.
name was.
And I'm sure a lot of
Eric
it
Hall.
is already,
digitized.
yeah. I mean, that was
I
be
know
something
the
I would talk
courts,
to
the
Christian
courts
The
about.
other day I found
But if we can make size that size to work.
I just don't
Oh,
see.
yeah.
I just don't see where it's in.
But she has
Properties
more
over his-
storage over there than even
Mess up
she
this one
realized, so
outside.
I don't know.
They must have
Look a
seen
little deeper
something.
into
Yeah.
I don't know
I-
what it's gonna take.
The container over there, it's not near full.
The container that's over at Road and Bridge,
Is it full?
no, but it's not suitable for what Christian needs.
She needs a small,
But
That's
those rest of us who have files over
Files,
there, like
yeah.
my files, that
So
are
they fit in there?
required. Yes, so some of these odd office things, we can put at the Road and Bridge where we built shelves, that's why. I
we
have
might be able to get
shelves.
what we want.
So,
Is it waterproof?
That one,
Rose-
this
Nah, I'm gonna gotta look at this one.
yeah.
Questions on it.
All the tax documents are over there and have been for several years, and there's never been an issue.
Yeah.
And they were just on the floor at that point. Road and Bridge asked me when we were talking about it if they could build shelves for it, and so yeah, we had them build shelves. So now it's all even off the course.
see, we got shelves in there.
For my stuff, I feel 100% safe putting it out
Yeah,
there. You know,
for
but
her stuff.
For her stuff, there's
can't.
just you can't. You just
They,
can't.
they have to keep most of that locked up. What gets me, some of that stuff they can't ever get rid of.
Well, that's where I'm at. I have stuff
Yes.
down there that I haven't seen since I put it down
Yeah.
there, but I have,
Right.
and I'm currently
where's-
going
Is
through
this and go in where?
It'll go in front of that one, but it's
You,
question.
yeah,
It's being
it's question. This is question.
They questioned it. Did you see it?
Nope, I haven't.
you can. More than welcome to. You might
Yeah,
find it.
maybe you can find it. They're saying that the son owns it. I couldn't see where it said that.
Say property is in
Son's
son's
name.
name.
Probably is in son's name. Richard Dean, no.
Keep going, Mark.
If I could get it to move.
It's just about done.
Well, Richard Dean Mosley. Eric Todd Mosley. Richard Dean Mosley. Well, it's his name. Both of them are on there. Cause you got Richard
I
Dean.
think you were supposed to be looking at
Mosley?
the deed.
Huh?
Look at the deed.
Oh, I was looking at that. Go over to the one first.
guys been to the old gym? Do you know what it looks like over there? What the
It's
storage
rough.
situation is?
Depends on which part you go in. Where Mark was fairly decent,
Right,
but you get into where
the
the,
basement.
yeah,
Um,
water.
but up where we store things, it isn't bad either. I just didn't know if you guys had actually physically laid eyes on what we're talking about when we're talking about storage and what we have to store.
I know Lucretia was worried about being dry and all that, so I didn't know if the Connex is a
I
dry.
have zero experience
Yeah.
in containers.
They're dry.
Yep.
Say, Amanda said that they've had people spray foam the inside to insulate it with some power and stuff. So.
Yeah. If you use the close, it'll waterproof it.
Oh yeah, there we go.
That would be more waterproof than that jail.
Anything would be.
See, I think that thing just looks like soot.
Well, now that they've got their foundation formed, I mean, they're gonna start pushing forward, so we're gonna have to start making timelines, deadlines,
Yeah.
decisions. Which is what Lucretia was asking for, you know, she didn't want us to be like, oh,
Right.
you've got a week. Are you out, Mark? All you had to do was say
Well,
something, huh?
I didn't want to disturb you.
And I got a few for you to do here.
Yeah, yeah. Oh boy, this is bigger than the last guy.
You know what? This is a million.
We change colors next, so at least you'll have to look at the same color.
This is a. What they done, they bypassed it. Her name was on the deed.
You haven't technically disqualified any yet, right?
No, no. See, Beverly moved, and now I see that there.
Because Rick did say.
See, it went straight to, when he died, it went straight to, they put it under the kid's name. What they got. Cause they used to live out there.
So this is the first one for the new file.
The new one?
Yeah.
This is another one, just like what we talked about on the other. See what you think.
You've already looked at that purple one too, you just didn't put it over here.
That's it. This was the first one I grabbed here, so that's the first one from your pile.
It's okay, guys, don't sweat.
Okay.
You know, there was one in here, and I happened to be over in the assessor's office, or not the assessor's, the collector's office. And, there was a article situation like this. And it specifically said, even though it was deeded over to whoever, if somebody, it specifically said,
but so-and-so shall carry the responsibility for all taxes, blah, blah, blah. So it spelled it out.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know that this one does, but I know that there's one in the crew that does because I happened to be over there and they was like, well, what do you think? And I said, I really don't know. I mean, it
Yeah.
spells it out that they are still responsible
Yeah.
for the taxes in the,
In the trust,
in the whatever it was. Yeah, the trust. or
probably the
whatever.
trust.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hmm?
I don't know.
See what I'm saying? No.
I will leave this one set to the side. I mean, I really think these are things you're gonna have to talk to Richard about.
Mhm.
Mike, did you get my response to your request?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
I was wondering, like, I think I read it right. Was it just like 3,000 more, or there was numbers like 12,000?
There was 2 payments made from the time that you asked, and I think it was right around 15 was the total together. Let me pull it up and look at it before I say that.
I mean, before then, that up till
I can actually look at the total if you're happy to.
yeah, if you don't mind, because I didn't know if that was an extra 15 or part of that was like still being paid from the last invoice.
That was, whatever that was newly invoiced, so to the time that you asked.
15,000 more.
But I can look up the total.
Okay.
It's updating. I just want to make sure you've got it. Let's do an update real quick. Also, while you're looking, something to have on your radar, Thursday, I have added Medford from Davis School District. I can't think of her first name, I apologize. Last name Medford from, she's the superintendent or whatever,
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
And,
Karen.
so they have had a special meeting yesterday. When I talked to her yesterday, they had 2 board members resign. They were having a special meeting last night and they expected to have another resign last night. Then this morning I got notice that they also had another resign last night. So they have 4 positions on their board. State statute says if it's over 2, the commissioners must appoint to fill the board until the next general municipal election, so until next April. So I told her when she called to get a list of those who might be interested in serving to present to you guys, so that it wasn't just you picking anybody that you wanted to off the street. It would actually be people who were interested in. And she said they were already doing that. So Thursday when she comes,
They're gonna have fun.
FYI, that's coming.
I had a phone call this morning about
I gotta say that's a first. I don't think I've ever been
I've
here where
never-
the commission has appointed school board members.
We've got 14 kids.
Is that all they got left?
Not a-
The guy that I talked to said they had 14 kids still there. He was of the mind, him and apparently quite a few people, to close the school because it would be cheaper to
Send them- So they can skip Sherwood, probably
Montrose.
Montrose, and then we got Evelyn. No, yeah.
I don't think any of them
I
would be in
wouldn't think
Lakewood
it'd be
district.
Apple,
I think it's
But then
Montrose,
Windsor
Clinton,
or
and
Clinton,
Sherwood
Clinton,
would be in the district.
yeah.
Ballard.
Ballard,
Ballard.
that's right. Ballard.
Depending on which way they're coming from, I suppose.
We don't have any, Ballard district in Montgomery County. We don't have any Ballard school district in
No.
Montgomery County.
Oh, really?
Okay.
That's right. The county lines. Yeah. I forgot about that.
Bates.
It's further down.
Is there any that being?
Start throwing me in special schools. I don't think I was like Ballard.
Wasn't ringing a bell, was it?
Yes, it's Clinton, Montrose, and some up by here, so Sherwood.
How many total kids? When they
I couldn't tell you.
When
I
the
was-
six-
How many kids
Total?
were there?
When?
We used to
When everything was going.
45, I
Huh?
think. 45.
45, I would say 40, so at any rate.
Yeah.
It's right around there, 40. You know, it's hard to run a school with just that many, really.
Yeah.
I see the pros and cons, both sides.
Yep, I can too.
Small school districts are beneficial in some ways, especially elementary.
Mhm.
Tough spot. I just wanted it on your radar. That was coming.
Mhm.
One and two, that's what they're all basically based off of. You guys are just adding insult to injury.
Yeah, you're gonna run out of ink.
Yes. Kelly said only.
At least they say you don't have to sign them.
Huh? No.
Chris, when you give one of those auto
You talk about
signatures-
it were, it'd be a scribble, a mark. Oh, we could sign them. I'll get it going.
Wish you wasn't doing all this stuff. It was easier just to do it that way.
Yeah, because so I guess I read it right the first time. It's just 3,000 on top of what had already been paid. Appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, we got one more box.
Very exciting.
That's the only box we got up here.
So I said, there's one more box there.
You keep going, I'm gonna have to get me one of them there pusher carts to haul them
Yeah.
things up here and.
Let's see. What's kind of saving? 2,000? Probably about 2,000. Montrose. I haven't seen that.
I'm anxious to see how this plays out. The Montrose School has a tax levy question on this ballot. I'm anxious to see how this shakes out. I don't know what's that gonna do to all of these people who were prior to the June 30th date. Does that freeze it at before they pass it because it's 2025 tax? I'm I'm anxious to see how this shapes. And they also put a 2026, they put 25 and 26 on the same ballot question. Interesting. This is sensitive to 2025 rate until December 31st, right?
Mhm, yep.
That's- So it will be whatever they set their tax levy rate in
Will be
September,
26.
will be the 25 tax levy rate.
Yep.
So it doesn't matter, that June 30th doesn't matter. Jake, I was out on 1151 last night.
Yeah.
We got it in much better shape now.
That's good.
Yeah.
So I haven't heard from Ryan. So I wasn't for sure if he was able to get Kevin down there or not.
Yeah, I think they did.
And that's good.
Finally dried up long enough for me to do something.
Yeah, it's
There's another one. Let's see. Another one. I think it looks right. But
yeah, I think it all looks good. It's another one of these LLCs.
Oh.
That
Got it.
I think it lists out there in the paperwork the way I understood it. The LLC address is their home address.
Yep, it's on here.
Sorry.
This one was mailed.
You guys are boring today.
Kelly. What do you mean fix my? I don't know why I read this.
Don't either.
That one was mailed in.
Hmm?
That one was mailed in.
Hmm.
But I didn't see any issues with it myself. Did you? But it was notarized.
Did you guys get the email from Maggie?
Yeah. Huh? Maybe 6 or 7. Okay.
you guys going to adjourn, at noon, and then do things at 1, pretty much, or we could stand through, there's no reason for me to sit up here while you guys stand, but I have to sit up here while you're in
She
a
done,
meeting.
You trying to get out of here?
are you done in the computer? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I'm gonna wait until these ones are done, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna take them back, but I was just saying, if you gotta meet back up here for Christian at 1, I didn't know if you guys were staying to stand or if you were gonna go get lunch, I was just curious. That's all.
Oh, that's a lot faster. I'm up for whatever.
I can stand.
Yeah, you got a whole nother day.
Yeah, we got another box. Said about 10 size. No, that was
That one was full when we started, I took some
Oh,
of them
really?
out
Okay.
the last time we did that.
well, we only got a few more.
A few,
You just a couple.
he's probably already started a whole nother box down there, if not, already has another one ready to come up, because he
Yeah.
dumped that one off last week.
Yeah.
He said, did you get the other ones done?
No,
No, we didn't. We'd be up here doing commission thing.
yeah.
Here, I'll pass
Yeah.
this on real quick, just before we adjourn anything.
These are the 2 bids that Chris got for the roof project.
And they're not really bids, they're just quotes, cause we didn't have to bid it out.
And he just wanted you guys aware of what was happening and
Yeah.
doing. He didn't necessarily have to bring this for approval. He wanted you guys in the loop.
One box. I'm gonna get one of these.
Do we have
Huh?
extra shingles somewhere?
Do we have what?
Extra shingles somewhere here?
Chris would be the one that knows.
Is there no materials on there?
Well, one, shingles be provided by the homeowner.
We
Probably
we
is.
might have spare ones downstairs.
Yeah. How much, man?
About a $2,000 difference.
Holy crap. There's
Do we have the shingles?
And
in
I
our
was
possession to
wondering-
fix this, because one of the quotes says to be provided by.
quite a difference.
There's a big difference.
Uh-huh.
I have a hard time finding those shingles.
Oh,
So that's included in what they quoted you. Okay, all right. That's all of the questions that we've had at the moment. So they're looking at them right now, so we should have something today. Thank you. It's Hirschberger Construction and what was the other one?
Salty.
So
Hirschberger,
You're talking something.
you know Hirschberger?
right up to my deal with Roman Hirschberger.
Yeah.
Quality roofing.
Do you know?
Sorry?
Do you know,
It's Roman.
That name,
Hirschberger.
huh?
It's Roman Hirschberger.
Roman.
I don't know him, but I know who he
His
is.
company seems pretty big. He's
Yeah.
really expanded.
Yeah, yes, is that the one over here, Woods County?
Uh-huh.
That's what I thought, okay.
I wasn't for sure. We're both
I
agents.
think it's, no. But man, there's a hell of a difference. The difference in prices.
Chris said that when I asked him about the shingles, he said we do have some in stock, but they're going to include that's included on theirs. Is
Oh, good.
actually the
Hirschberger?
shingles
Okay.
because Chris wants to keep some in stock because he doesn't want to use what we have.
Yeah.
In case there was an emergency fly off or something that we could fix ourselves, he wants to make sure he has some in stock.
Yeah. Not much question, Hirschberg would be the one probably. Hey, quality, if it's the one I'm thinking here. Sure.
I don't know. He just wanted you guys to look at him to be aware of what was going on. I don't know if he has a preference. I guess I should ask him that. And it's ask him why.
I think Hirschberg.
It's me again, Margaret.
Huh?
Do you have a preference? And if so, why? Mm-hmm. Perfect. Okay. We just wanted to make sure that, there wasn't something greater because there's a substantial price difference. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. I will convey that. All right. Thank you. No, he said the lower bid makes sense.
That's who and I'll tell you what,
Was
the
also
reason why.
more responsive, he said.
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of what I've noticed, different things around town.
Yeah.
That's not big stuff.
And I just know that he said the cheaper one makes sense. Than the
I go with that. I
Okay.
go with it. Cheap.
So.
Right.
All right, I'll let him know. Like I said, we don't have to vote on it. It's just a quote, and he just wanted you guys to be aware of what was happening.
Right.
Because we didn't bid it out or anything. It was cheap enough. We do have some other, maintenance things that I think we are gonna have to bid out.
Oh, yeah. What are those?
I think it's moving electrical things.
Okay.
Just, I'm not sure.
Okay.
Something about, when I say removing an old, something from upstairs on the third floor.
No worries, guys. No worries whatsoever.
Doesn't matter how many times they move their chairs, does it? They just start stacking them up over here. I'm gonna have to figure out how to get my camera to go more wide so nobody can hide.
I would assume that those would have had a fisheye lens. Those lens has 360. Man.
I know I can zoom in and out.
I mean, what are the lenses they used on the camera itself when they made them? Should have been like a fish lens where it's all around.
Right. Nobody wants to be up here.
Nobody wants to be on camera.
Okay.
I'm gonna post a sign on the
All right,
door, please do not move chairs.
Yeah, okay. I need to
Yeah, that'd
entertain
be
a
great.
motion to adjourn.
Do you wanna wait for Mark to come back in here? He might have something to say when he comes
Yep.
back in.
See what? You wanna go ahead and do I mean, we should, them, because Christian won't be able to be an open.
I was asking
Okay,
a question about that. She's still trying to find out.
okay.
That's why I was like, oh, we might want to ask Mark. He might
Right.
be getting info out there we need.
Yeah, all right. Did you get filled in outside there?
Well, she's still
Yeah.
trying to
Okay,
find out some stuff. She said they got a little tied up last
okay.
week.
Did you get Mike's kind of
Yeah, I
straight
think they've got
understand what we're talking about?
Yeah, he was gonna try to call somebody to see if, what happens if you're late getting the stuff in that Scott and them, which, like, I mean, it's too late.
Yeah.
It's too late. Bottom
Well,
line
it's-
is, it's too late.
There's deadlines
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
reasons.
Well, yeah.
And they got deadlines
If
set.
If you, yeah, I don't, the state tax commission, I think they're worthless personally, but that's.
Funny to tell you, Scott has a deadline of July
Yes.
1st to
Yeah.
get me tax books
Right.
so we can start
Right.
doing our
Right.
Yep.
evaluations. So
right.
then that puts me on a timeline till the 20th of July, and then I have to get it back to the state. I mean, it's
Depends on
Like us, we
the
got,
yeah.
we got certain time, we got to do the BOE and get it, right? Get it. Okay, that means, anything else? I mean,
I don't.
okay.
Are we good to adjourn for an hour?
Well, we'll stay in German. Do we need to be in session?
Yeah, you don't have to. You don't have to
that's just a-
re-adjourn because you're having a
No,
workshop.
it's
It's,
a
not
workshop.
like a meeting.
No.
It's a workshop.
Oh, so we can adjourn the meeting and
Yeah.
just,
Continue working.
Motion.
I'll second that.
Motion been made and seconded to adjourn. All in favor, say aye. Aye, motion carried.
So what's
Okay.
this workshop with Christian?